All rise. Support court with Judge Vonder B is now in session. Judge, this is case number JVB1079, Thomas case.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You all may be seated. Okay, Ms. Thomas,
Yes.
you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Unfortunately, I'm so sorry to waste your time, my time. I just want child support for my baby.
Okay.
That's it.
Well, you're not really wasting my time. I have to be here.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
and this is what we do. That's what court is for. You want child support? How old is your baby?
My baby is 2 years old.
Okay. In 2 years, has dad
No,
provided
he
anything?
ain't did nothing. He ain't gave me a
All right, everyone, fasten your seatbelts because the courtroom drama at the heart of this case is about to get explosive. The father has been largely gone from his child's life. Therefore, Miss Thomas's request for child support for her 2-year-old boy is far from simple. The courtroom is currently the scene of a fight for justice. Personal feelings are running high as we process what will happen next because of emotional scars from previous relationships and legal obligations.
My son, all he wants is a relationship with his father. He don't even want dad. And I told you, like, we could just talk this through, but
Well, address me.
Sorry.
Don't address him. I'll get what I need out of him in just a few minutes as soon as you're done.
I'm sorry.
So what's the situation?
So I'm new here. I bartend on the weekends. I work for a retail company.
Okay.
I don't make much. I make $40,000 a year. 20 from the bartender and 20 from the retail. And we met at the bar. And he liked the bartender. So
Okay.
that's how we got started. And I thought things was good. My mentor, I thought me and her was close, and she was trying to get to my man, and that's what happened. So,
Okay.
and
How long did y'all date? Y'all have a dating relationship?
yeah, well, I thought we was dating. He said, nah, don't look at it like that. Let's just be cool. Let's be friends, but don't catch no feelings. But then you calling me 3 o'clock in the morning, and you showing up to my mama's house, and
How did I say
I ain't
that
got-
we have a 2-year-old?
what?
How did I say that we have a 2-year-old?
I don't know how you said anything. Excuse, I'm sorry. I'm just so flustered because we could have handled this outside. We didn't have to come to court.
We could.
I
Well,
wasn't
that's
even
kinda
gonna
what
put you
court
on
is
child
for.
support.
Hold on, Miss.
The father's actions, or lack thereof, have had a lasting impact, and his $2 child support gesture is a slap in the face. Miss Thomas has brought us here to seek the basic child support she feels her son deserves. But it's obvious from the beginning that this is about ensuring her child's emotional security rather than just money. It's not about being fair. It's about doing what's right for a child, and we're starting to see the cracks in his character as Miss Thomas fights for what she feels is right for her son.
Know what was going on in you all's relationship in terms of conception
Yes.
with the baby, okay? I'm just doing like a little recap. It might have a little pettiness in there, but it's like a little recap, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So y'all met at the bar,
Yeah.
and the baby is here, 2 years old. Dad doesn't want to have anything to do with the little boy.
No.
He doesn't take him anywhere.
And it was okay at first. We was talking. It wasn't until he got with my mentor.
Oh,
That's,
okay.
To me, that's the big issue. Before she came into the picture, we was talking. It was fine. I'm like, okay, if you're not
Was
gonna
he
make this
visiting
work-
with the baby, taking the baby anywhere?
on Sundays going to church? But that was it.
No weekends?
Nah,
Nothing during the week?
nah.
I'm a football coach. He used to be at games with me.
Hold on, one second. Is there anything else you want me to know before I move over to him?
Apparently, he and my mentor, they got a child on the way, and so that's the
Oh.
reason why he don't want to pay child support. And I ain't got nothing to do with all that.
Okay.
My baby was here first, so like, yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else you want me to know before I move over to him?
He the father and everything else. That's it.
Well, thank you for asking that. And please don't chew gum in here. Please do not chew gum in here.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So before we move over to him, is there any question that he is the dad?
No.
You all had DNA testing done?
Yep. The
And he's
moment
the
I
father.
conceived.
Oh, okay. All right. So that's not an issue. So let me move over to him and see what's going on, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Well,
Sir, what's going on?
Actually, I'm a football coach slash physical trainer.
Slash liar. Slash
Excuse you.
manipulator.
As the father talks, it's obvious that he's attempting to divert attention from Miss Thomas's emotional outburst. He claims to go to games with the child, but is that enough? He talks about good times and what used to be, but this isn't about nostalgia. Rather, it's about consistent involvement. His words lighten with excuses, but the true problem is obvious neglect. The father is trying to find any excuse for his lack of support, which is only making the situation in the courtroom more frustrating.
Do not be disrespectful like that in here. We're not going to do any name calling. I definitely don't want you all to throw something at each other. Please do not do all of that.
No, she ain't gonna do that.
It's not necessary.
I ain't gonna do
She
what?
ain't that crazy.
Okay,
That's
well,
what you
here's the
wanna
deal.
believe, though.
Well, here's the deal. You're not going to be crazy up in here, okay? The only person that can get crazy and say crazy stuff, which I'm not going to say anything that's just completely disrespectful, is me. I just need the facts.
Right.
So I can determine if child support needs to be paid and what the amount is going to be, all right? So, go ahead,
Like I was saying, I'm a football coach slash physical trainer.
all right?
She said I don't do anything for the child be with me. And he be going to football games, and as looking at his facial expressions, it seemed like he have fun. He meet other kids that love the same sport like he does. I have no problem paying child support, but every time we try to have a talk, it always switches to her
Her what?
manager, because I go out with her manager. Let's just put it out there.
Her manager.
Yeah.
Oh, she dates her manager.
No, I go
he
out with
does.
her manager.
Oh, you go out. Oh, her former mentor.
The father appears to be moving on with his life, even starting a new family. Can Miss Thomas truly move forward? Or will the emotional scars of betrayal prevent her from being fully present for her child? The courtroom becomes more than just a legal space. It's where emotions collide. The emotional turmoil is intensifying, but Miss Thomas makes it clear that she still loves him. The harsh reality is that love doesn't pay bills or raise a child.
That is it.
You see, there's no hostility on my side. Like I said, I have no problem.
Well,
paying
it shouldn't be on your side.
Right.
You living the life. You dated her. You all had a baby.
Yeah.
Her mentor. You started dating her. You all have a baby on the way. You living the life.
Luxury.
We won't have any of those.
Huh?
That's about the fourth time, right?
Yeah, it really is getting annoying at this point. You know, I try not to dismiss people's cases, right? It's not a normal thing. I've had to do it a couple of times, but I try not to do that, all right? I understand your frustration. I understand you probably don't even want to be here. But here's the situation. We're here. You want him to pay child support. It doesn't sound like he has a problem doing that. So I just don't understand why you won't let this process happen. I can't say let go how you feel. I don't think that's fair. But, you know.
He just hurt. It just hurt.
Which part just hurt?
He didn't have to leave me.
You still like him.
I love him.
Oh, she loves you.
Well, I mean, when you won't let me see my kids, and every time
Oh,
we
but
try to
that's
talk about
because-
things,
Now that the court has laid out the facts, we see the father's lack of commitment coming to the fore. He is ordered to pay child support, but it's more than just money. It's about accountability. His hesitancy is evident, but in the end, the court doesn't back down. He is faced with responsibility, even if it's one he doesn't want to bear. The reality of his situation hits a legal order that will demand both financial and emotional investment in his child's life. And this is just the beginning.
my kid.
Yeah, well, yeah, because you're speaking about your
Yeah.
other child. I got you.
Sorry
I got
about
you.
that.
But yeah, I mean, there's a possibility you all can work through this, right?
No.
We tried. That's why we're here today.
No, not work through. I mean, you're here today. You're going to get some sort of resolve today. What I'm saying, after today, do you all think you'll be able to work together? I mean, you really don't have a choice because you're parents to this 2-year-old boy. And then your child that you will be having will be the sibling to you all's child together. So at some point, all of you are going to have to work together.
Right.
Even you and the former mentor, unfortunately. So, I mean, it's a chance that you all can work this out, right?
Right.
No, I'm good.
Well,
Me
your
and my baby, we
feelings are
gonna be
hurt.
all right, like Beyonce say.
Yes, but your feelings are hurt.
Like
So
Beyonce.
I just don't want it to be a situation after today you start, getting to where you don't want the child to go with him, or you keep the baby away from him because you're mad at
It
him.
won't be like that as long as he takes
Your Honor,
care.
if I may intervene,
Yes, sir.
every time I try to see my kid, it's the same thing. We made it this far to court. She's saying we could have settled it outside of court, but every time we try to
That's
settle
because you
it,
got everybody in my business.
the topic, I let you in everybody's business?
What?
I let you in?
You got
I put you in everybody's business?
You, that helpful, and the help of everybody in my business.
You see how it's
I ain't
changing?
slept with them. I slept with you.
You see how it's changing from
Here's the deal.
child?
Yeah, well,
Like,
today you're going to be placed on child support, okay? And whenever you put someone on child support,
The father may object, but his financial obligation is now unchangeable as the child support payment is finalized. In the end, the legal system does not bend. What is evident here is that the law only cares about the child's welfare and not about personal grievances or sentiments. However, this decision does nothing to mend the broken ties. The child will grow up with one foot in two worlds, and repairing the emotional harm caused will require more than just financial resources.
basically gives rise to their rights, right? Their
But
parental rights.
If she's not letting me see my child, why am I therefore
see
paying
your
child
child?
support?
Excuse me.
yes, ma'am, I'm sorry.
That's the last time. Here's the reality of it. Once a court order is in place, it gives rise to your parental rights, which also includes visitation. If she chooses to violate the court order, then you'll have to come back to court on what's called an enforcement, right?
Okay.
And that's where you can ask the court to hold her in contempt for violating the court order.
All right.
So that's the benefit of having a court order, because there are certain rights and duties of you, there are certain rights and duties of her. One of your duties under the order is going to be to pay child support. All right? Now, how much do you make?
Around six figures, about 100,000 a year.
100,000. All right. What about health insurance? Who pays health insurance?
She does.
How much is health insurance?
About 150 a month.
Is that for the child only?
Yes.
All right. And you understand that you're going to reimburse that, right?
I don't. It's like she said. I only see. Like she said at the beginning. I only be with my son on Saturday. That's when the games
Sunday.
happen. I can't see my son either. No time during the week.
No, you will.
Okay.
You will. It's standard that comes with a court order, okay? So you'll be able to see your child. And I just want to make sure I'm clear. You need to make sure the child is turned over to him,
Yes, ma'am.
okay? And I want to make sure I'm clear about something else, because he's in this new relationship. She can drop your son off and pick your son up.
They ain't married.
It doesn't matter. As long as it's the competent adult, he can send anybody over there.
And Your Honor, I will begin a restraining order because the stalking me.
The contradiction is that the legal system can only impose financial support, not emotional connection. So the father is uncomfortable and asks why he should pay child support while he is being prevented from seeing his child. Although it's a difficult circumstance, the father's case is based on his desire for visiting rights. It's the type of situation where the mother's annoyances and the father's rights conflict, and even though the court can order support, the emotional gap is still very much present. This instance demonstrates how legal requirements and practical difficulties interact.
We can get through the window. The window
You
is
can
like
get through the window.
he normally get through the window.
Get through the window. So you trying to break in his house?
No, we do this all the time.
Who is we?
Me, None of this is true.
You know what? I'm going to stop you right there because I don't need you to incriminate yourself, sound like you a burglar.
So it's more than one person?
Yeah, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and place you on child support today. Outside of this child, do you have any other children?
No, ma'am.
You have a child on the way.
Papa
Yes.
wants to
Okay.
roll and stone.
So that is going to be 20% of your income, all right? Your gross, based on what the amount of money that you make, is $8,333. And then you have one child, so that is based on 20%. Let me see, 8,333. So we're just gonna round that up to $8,400, okay?
Okay.
So that would bring your net to $6,512.07, all right? And if
my
we
coins.
take that amount, I didn't say you were getting that amount.
That's number 6.
Based on that, child support would be $1,302 plus the rent.
Now that the courtroom has made its final decision, the father is required to pay a sizable amount in child support. But the true question that remains is what will happen to this broken family going forward? The connections are still strained, and the emotional pain still lingers. Time will tell, but today the court has spoken. A child stuck between two warring parents now faces the complicated legacy of their past. Can they get past this? Will the emotional wounds heal for the child's Sake?
It is $1,402,
Okay.
okay? That's a month.
8.
Huh?
It's 8.
Well, we're done. So is there any other questions that you have?
No further questions.
Okay. Do you have any other
I'm
questions?
good.
Why are you good?
I'm good.
Okay.
She just
All
wanted
right.
the money in the first place.
Okay. Well, if there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
I want my stuff on time.
I ain't trying to hear all
I'll
that.
be your pimp.
And justice is served there as the court renders its judgment. The challenge now for these parents is to figure out how to coexist for the benefit of their child. Can they regain trust and cooperate? Or will their animosity continue to shape their future? What do you think? Please share your thoughts below, like, and subscribe for more courtroom drama. The father is now legally required to pay child support, but the emotional fraud has not been resolved.